I go to Home Depot and I pick up immigrants and I take them like 3 or 4 towns over and I drop them off. I'm like, yeah, there's the work site. Like, this is the fucked up shit I do. Like, literally. Yeah, I'm like, yo, hop in the back, guys. And I take them like 3 or 4 towns over and I just drop them off. Like, this is the shit I do. So you're asking the wrong
To immigrants?
person. Yeah, immigrants, illegals.
You're describing kidnapping people.
I am. Yeah, exactly. Yo, what's up?
How's it going, my dude?
Doing great. How are you today? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, my dude. Happy holidays.
Well, and happy holidays for everyone else, but absolutely, Merry Christmas. It is the best week of the year. We've got some great fucking weather in South Florida. Doors and windows are open. It is the fucking best time of year.
What's the temperature like over there, actually? Like, I've never been to Florida before.
Oh my God. It is like, I guess they say it's like Southern California. Like, honestly, I woke up to like 55 degrees this morning. It's the fucking best. It'll probably get to 70 today.
Yeah,
like
that's
high
about
of 70.
Yeah, it's about the same here. Like, it's,
is that where you're at, Texas?
Yeah, in Houston. It's like one day it'll be fucking 50 degrees is the high, and then the next day it's a high of 80. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, it sucks because my air conditioner only goes off like 2 months out of the whole year. So, and I'm cheap. So, yeah, I like when the air conditioner goes off, but whatever.
Yeah, same. All right. So
we'll just finish the immigrant. I have fucking so many pages on nationalism. We're probably not going to get to it. Let's finish the immigration. If we get to some nationalism, we'll do it. But okay. I have like 11 fucking problems with nationalism. I mean, with globalism. So I don't think we're going to get into that. We'll finish up the immigration today because I did work on some why I think it's morally wrong too. So I worked on this ethics things. Yeah. I'm working on this like deontology and Kant and all Kant, whoever the fuck you guys,
Shit.
Yeah. It's new. Exactly.
I'm proud of you. You actually read something.
Bro. Self-taught, of course, bro. I read a lot. Don't do that to me. I just don't read the same shit. I think we read different stuff. Like,
I mean, I guess I only read things that help me with my arguments insofar as data and shit like that.
I think you're right on that because I thought about that too. I'm like, even today you're like, well, what can I watch? And I'm like, well, I guess it does make sense. You do this shit like fucking 7 days a week or whatever, 5 days a week. So you need to have a wide range of different arguments. So I get it kind of. I thought about that afterwards. I'm like, this fucking guy. But, normally when I say this fucking guy, I have to put myself in somebody else's shoes. Empathy. So.
Yeah, so I'm ready to go, dude. I took my ADD medicine. It'll kick in here in about half an hour. So you have half an hour of me at a handicap. All right, take advantage of it.
Nice. I'm going to. I always believe in taking care of handicaps. So let's see. We'll get into this philosophical thing, right?
Sure.
So philosophical discussions on immigration are still in its infancy. It's a sophisticated, you have to understand political philosophy and shit like that, stuff that I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm learning. And why would-be immigrants would want to cross a border. I think it was the reason why you wanted to take it into the moral argument. Again, the
only reason that I said that we have to take it into the moral arguments is because you didn't want to do the economic arguments.
Because the economic arguments, and I'm not going to sit here and try to, they all side with you. So
exactly. So
wages,
that's why I said it has to be on the moral side, because if you don't care about the economic side, well then there's some side of it that you care about. So it's got to be something with your moral system or something like that. So yeah, tell me.
And so and like I said, there is some, like you said, we went to the Black community. That is partially economic. Some of it is socio-economic, right? The places that we're going to live. So again, I'll list the other parts too. So let me go over this. Let's see. So I will argue that legitimate states have a right to close the borders to unwanted would-be immigrants. I'm going to allege that you will argue some universal moral right to cross borders. Is that what you think? That it's just okay and people should just be able to do whatever they want? Is that what your position is?
My position basically boils down to, as long as people are able to engage with the same moral system as I as I hold. Maybe they don't have like the exact same moral framework, but as long as it's close enough to mine that they can engage in a social contract with me, then I'm totally fine. So I would, the only people that can think of off the top of my head that would not fit into my moral framework would be probably like ultra fucked up, like crazy communists and like white nationalist Nazis. So most other people, I would be totally fine with them coming into the country as long as they're
Pedophiles
not
too.
uh, pedophiles. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're non-offending and they're willing to be reformed into like not being an offending pedophile, then yeah.
Okay.
But like if they're an active pedophile, if they're going out of their way to fuck children, then absolutely not. That would be outside of
Okay.
my moral framework.
And so, what is your moral system? What's moral? Because again, this is new to me, so I'm starting. Because people have asked me, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that shit is, bro.
Sure.
But
Broadly, my moral framework would be under utilitarianism and social contract. So whatever's does the greatest amount of good for the greatest amount of people. I'm a rule utilitarian, so I wouldn't be okay with like, there's 5 people that need organs, and there's one person that's a perfect match for all 5 of those people, killing that one person and giving the organs away to the other 5 for the greatest amount of good for the greatest amount of people. I would say that kind of society would be really fucked up because people would be constantly worried about being murdered for their organs. So rule utilitarian.
yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, I haven't got into that shit. Basically, just where there's utility in something, right? You guys, right? Whatever has the most utility. What is the difference between rural utilitarianism and regular utilitarianism?
Sure. Yeah, that's
Because
what I
my
was.
shit's on deontology, so I'll
Sure.
tell you
Yeah.
that.
So my the difference between rule utilitarianism and utilitarianism, um, utilitarianism, if you just have like pure utilitarianism, you can explode that out into like a million different things that would be really bad. Like I just said, the organ thing. A pure utilitarian would be fine with killing the one person and then distributing their organs to everybody that needs them if they're perfect matches. But I think that would be really fucked up. So it seems to me like making sure that we have protections for everyone in society, making sure that we increase their quality of life, and because their quality of life is increased, they're willing to increase my quality of life because I've scratched their back, they'll scratch mine, that sort of thing.
All right, fair enough. We'll get into that. We can talk about that shit later. All right, so first premise is legitimate states are entitled to self determination. The second is self determination includes freedom of association. And third, freedom of association includes the right to not associate. So associate, and that's on a deontic right to close the borders against even the most needy would-be immigrants.
Well, hold on.
So
Wouldn't freedom of association be making it to where they are allowed to come into this country because they're able to freely associate with whoever they want?
no, no, I want the people. So the argument begins with the idea of self-determination. Legitimate states are entitled to their own authority over self-regarding affairs. A country that has a less than optimal system of criminal law is not, in virtue of that, subject to being taken over by another or otherwise controlled by some outside agency. So that would be like me trying to tell, like me basically saying because Mexico can't get their shit under wraps, America can just go in there and make fucking America Mexico. So that if you're okay with that, then I guess then fine. Then I'll just invade Mexico, and then they'll just be Americans, and they're no longer Mexicans or El Salvadorians. Right?
Here,
Makes
really
sense,
quick,
right?
I'm going to move us to a different voice channel just because I saw someone trying to jump in. So
They
give
can
me.
pop in. I don't care, dude. I
No,
don't care.
I think
I'm in
that.
Christmas mode. If it's certain people, it's gonna be fucking shit show though. I don't want to fuck your stream up. So
Well, I just know that last time we had an agreement not to let certain people into the voice call. That's why. But
yeah,
we
who
can.
is it?
Well,
Who is it? I don't care.
Samantha Banana was in the
Yeah, I
waiting
don't
room, but I
care.
disconnected her.
She can say hello. Yeah, say
Okay.
what's up.
Okay. Well,
I don't
if she
care.
wants to in a little bit, then
If
she
you, if
can.
you want to derail, yeah, if you want to derail this, it's going to get into maybe wait until we're done with it, and then
Yeah, sure.
you know.
So, like, really quick, I don't think that the U.S. can invade Mexico because I wouldn't be okay with another country trying to invade the U.S.
But that's
So,
exactly what's happening right now. We are under an invasion without guns and without, you know what I mean?
Okay,
without
what does
guns.
invasion mean to you?
Oh, we're not going to get into this. I watched BPF and fucking Supreme do this last night. If you're going to do this to
Oh, I
me
don't
and I
know
have
what
to
they're.
define every word, oh my God, yo, let's hold on, take a timeout. You have to watch it. So he fucking interviews Supreme, but it turns into this I hate Dylan shit. And Supreme, being Supreme, is just going to see right through that shit. And then so for an hour and a half, they just argue. It was fucking sophistry shit, more shit that I don't fucking care to understand or want to. I mean, I know what the definition of it is. I looked it up. Syllogism, all this shit I look up because I don't want to seem fucking stupid. But it has no utility in my world. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I can explain the utility of having immigration, right? Because it's going to come down to the economic
GDP.
argument. Well,
GDP.
Well, like I could also say, like, because these people can engage in a social contract with me, right? I don't really have a problem with them coming into my country as long as they're not going to be, raping, murdering, stealing, all that shit. It seems like they do less of that on average than the native population. So I'm cool with that as well. Outside of that,
I'll send this to you, and then you can beat it up because it's something I just put together. I googled shit, and I tried to make this the best morally argument I can. Again, it might even be wrong. People are listening. They're like, "Oh, this fucking guy."
Well, it could just be the fact that.
This.
Well, it could just be the fact that we fundamentally disagree.
Exactly.
When it comes down to a moral point, where are you going to send it?
I don't care what I have to. It's a Google Doc, so what I'll do is I'll copy and paste some of it, and then we can, because like I said, these are just shits that I put together, and I think it does fall into a deontological fucking basis. And so here's what I found.
So you're basically saying, like, because deontology says there are morally good actions and there are morally bad actions, and you should always do the morally good action. So you would say that
based under rules. So a series of rules. So basically, like because you brought up was slavery was illegal, so right, and I answered it a certain way, and like it probably didn't sound good, but I just want to be logically consistent within my own fucking. And again, I'm putting all this together too. I'm not even pro death penalty anymore because I'm pro life. I figured, fuck, I can't be pro death penalty and yet, you know what I'm saying, and be pro life.
Hey,
so
you know what? That's admirable.
It is, and also a lot of people get killed for the wrong fucking reasons too, right?
Yeah, there's a million reasons to be against it.
Fucking murdered for fucking, just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. So that's what I did. But I'm saying so we don't get stuck on it. We can keep going here. We can work them through too, dude. Like I said, I wrote them out. I'll read them all off to you, and then if you want to beat them up, or do you want to go one by one? Sure. It's totally up to you. Like I said,
go ahead and just like lay it all out. I'll listen for a second, and when you're done, let me know, and then I'll respond.
Exactly. So I got through about self-determination, right? Where did we get? We got to annexing y'all, right? If I wanted to annex off Mexico, you told me I'd be wrong for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so okay. It seems to involve the right of a country to be free from unwanted alteration in the membership of the country. The country, by denying its self-determination and our insistence on annexing it, denies its self-determination by denying it the right to control who shall be part of its country. If this right, though the right of political self-determination includes the right to exclude unwanted changes in the membership of polity. This, however, entails the right to keep out unwanted would-be immigrants. The right to self-determination demands that legitimate states not be subjected to the wishes of others in determining the membership of that state. So again, I think that logically follows what I've put out so far.
Sure. So I guess like my question to that one would be, you're talking about an unwanted alteration in the polity of the country. So that would be any amount of people that come in. There's going to be different polities that come in. I don't know why that would get rid of all immigration if it matched with the polity that we have here, right? Whether it's
we'll get to that because you're going to tell me that I should take in even and I got to that later because you're going to tell me that even high skilled, right? And so here, It includes a response because several theorists have defending the more open borders, a brief discussion of exit rights and the obligations of countries admitting highly skilled immigrants from developing countries, right? So the contention is unchanged. A legitimate country may have many obligations to the global poor, but the obligation to allow them to immigrate is not one of them. And like I said, I don't think you could ever change that. And
Sure.
like I said,
and I wouldn't even disagree with that.
Relatively new field. Okay. So
yeah, I wouldn't disagree that we have
one.
no obligation to bring in literally every other person that wants to come to the US. However, at the same time, I don't see any reason to bar them from coming into the US from either a deontological point of view or utilitarian point of view, unless because the only thing that I could think of from like the unwanted alteration in the country, are you talking about like, I know that you're not like the
importance of self-determination, because that entails the right of legitimate states to be free from unwanted members.
Sure,
even
but like we don't know
those members would be benefited enormously by membership in such society. We're going to use the United States. We're going to just do USA, Mexico. I guess we could throw USA, Canada, but I'm sure that some Canadians that come here are already
my question would be, how is it that people coming into this country that if we're talking about legal immigration, how is it an unwanted alteration, right?
No, we're not talking about legal immigration, although I would end that as well. Again, I would put a fucking moratorium on all. I don't care if you're white, brown, Puerto Rican, Haitian, fucking, I don't care what it is, because we could get in. I don't want to take it into economics. So, there's 100
sure.
million
I'm trying to stay away.
I'm
trying to stay away from economics.
Me too.
Sure.
So me too. But so people make this argument that, hey, we need to replace people. Well, there's 100 million people that got taken out of the job market when COVID started, and I think only fucking 20 million are back in. So to me, that leaves 80 million people that are they're either not going back to unemployment, right? A lot of people were I know a couple of girls that quit their job because they were making more money. Remember when Trump was giving that extra $400? So you were making the $250 on unemployment plus an extra $400. So a lot of chicks I worked with were like, yo, I'm making $650 a week. What the fuck am I coming to work for where I'm making $500? You know what I mean? It's actually an economic thing. But fuck, man.
But like,
I need
even
ADD
then,
medicine too. Where the fuck? Whoa, I went off on a tangent there. Oh, go ahead.
Sure.
Car.
Sure. So I don't know if I even agree with like 80 million people being out of work, because I think right now the unemployment rate in the US is back down to an acceptable level. We're below 5% again. So
yeah, we are. But that's what I'm saying. So don't forget, a lot of those people, when they drop off, right, they're no longer looking for work. They're no longer get put on the unemployment rolls. Again, we can have that discussion at a later time, right? Because I don't think Biden's really doing great, but I don't think Biden's doing fucking too horrible as the right is making it out this,
Okay.
Oh my God.
So the next thing would be, you said something about like the U.S., all these people are invading, and like, do you think that Mexico is trying to annex the U.S.?
I think open societies maybe, and I don't want to get into a George Soros fucking conspiracy, right?
Wait, what do you mean open societies?
NGOs,
I don't know what that
open
means.
Societies is this company that he runs. It's an NGO. So I think a lot of, which are non-government organizations, are right. How are these people getting their cell phone? So how do they make this 2,500-mile trek without getting their fucking cell phone charged, right? I know my smartphone dies in about 6 hours, right? Even if I'm not using it, we got 8 hours tops on an iPhone or an Android, right? So how the fuck are they making it 2,500 miles and they're getting fed? They're getting kind of, looks like their clothes are washed. And again, we can say this for another time. I think that there's people moving these people, and I think it's clover-pivot. But you probably don't know what clover-pivot is. You can look it up real quick. It's a strategy of two.
Well, that's not like,
I know.
I would take exception to the idea that they all have fucking cell phones that they're coming over here with, like iPhones.
I didn't say
shit.
that. I said they're charged. I said, how are they getting charged on a 25? Think about it. Sondsol, you've camped, right?
Right.
So
no, I just don't know if all these people are coming over
charger,
here with cell phones and shit.
A majority of them do. We have.
Okay, I've never heard.
You've never seen
about
them.
Well, no, I've just never heard anyone talk about their cell phones before, so I don't know.
Because they don't think about it. I think I remember, and that's what I kind of was knocking you about. You ask people, hey, what video can you watch? Man, ain't no video going to help you with me, because I think so far outside the box. Again, that was just something that came into my head. How are they charging their cell phones, right? How are
I
they
mean,
taking
that
a
assumes
shit?
that they have
How
a
are they
cell phone.
taking a shit? Well,
Have you
again,
ever, wait, Todd, have you
I've
ever
seen
been
plenty of them.
camping? Have you ever had to
I
like,
have been. I
have you
have
ever
been.
had
And
to
I've had
like,
to take a shit in the woods. Yeah, and you have to
okay,
dig a hole and you need toilet paper. Those are two things that you normally need. Now, again, I
sure.
didn't use a fucking bush, right? I guess they can use leaves or banana leaves.
Or
I
they could
don't know how
probably
that would
still
work.
purchase toilet paper and like keep that with them.
They could, yeah, I guess they could, but you need
Yeah.
water for that trek too. So most of your carrying out, because a gallon of water weighs what, 8-10 pounds. So right, if you're using, and most humans need a gallon a day. So that's another. So you don't really want to get into this, because a 2,500-mile trek, how much water would you need to make that trek? You need
I
a
mean, you
lot.
could refill it along the way. It's 2,500
I
miles. I don't know
guess
if
you
you're never
could.
going to run across a
I
convenience
I
store like a
guess. Don't
7-Eleven
know,
or something,
man.
dude.
Don't. Oh, you think 7-Eleven just, hey, come and fill it? You think they just let people come? At least the ones I didn't work
I mean,
at.
they
I had
probably
many.
have like enough money to be able to like purchase water, but
Probably, man, maybe. Then why are they coming here if they have money to purchase water and shit? Why don't you just stay where they're at? That's my next thing too. So I think wealthy nations. So this
Wha-
gets into the nationalism thing. I don't think we should be going over there and fucking up their economies, right? Like the coups that we do.
yeah,
This
that's
is
bad.
where nationalism, right, and isolationism helps that part. So we won't be going and doing any of these fucking
Sure, we can
interventions
just
or
like move on to
coups, or
nationalism because it seems like I can't argue
you can't
against
fuck with this syllogism, baby.
well,
You got it. You
it's
got
not
it.
even that
I know,
I
bro.
like number one, I
Ain't
don't
the
have the
hell. It's
syllogism
okay.
in front of me. So if you want to put the
That's
syllogism
what I
in,
want to.
yeah,
Here, I'll
copy and
give it.
paste it into
I
call in
copy
chat.
and paste it. No, 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 no. Just to you, because you're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
have. I'll do it afterwards. I'll do it afterwards.
Oh, it
Because I
doesn't
know
matter
what
to
you're
me. I
gonna
was
do.
just
You're
trying to
gonna
be,
feed it to your chat. You're gonna, hey, chat,
bro.
help me out here, man.
I don't need
I
chat
know,
to help
bro.
me with a philosophical
That's true.
conversation. I
That's
was
true.
arguing with
Especially
them
with
last
me,
night.
with little old me. So anyway,
Yeah.
but
Well,
so
anyways, but
well,
like,
no. So let's finish. Let's finish this up. Then we'll get into nationalism. So
okay.
let's get back to this terrorist that was just caught. Right? Did you hear about this one? The
Um.
fuck? That just, so
No.
that was, I bought this up last week, and it's so funny that this just happened. So I'll link this one. A guy, right, a potential terrorist, and when they say potential, he's a Saudi. So again, another. Why doesn't anyone invade Saudi Arabia? Why don't we send the immigrants there, bro? They got money and shit, right? They're wealthy. Funny how certain places don't have
I
to take immigrants. I
Well,
know.
do you
I'm
think?
thinking out loud.
Wait, hold on. How
Thinking
the
out
fuck
loud.
is our Mexicans supposed to get to Saudi Arabia?
We'll fly them there. Same people. We're flying them throughout the United States. We'll fly them to Saudi Arabia. It's
Why
very
wouldn't it just
simple,
be
dude.
cheaper to like send them back to Mexico?
Well, they again. I don't want them here anyway. Remain in Mexico was great. It was working well until Biden stopped it. It was a great plan.
So do you
And he
think it's
has to
okay
actually bring
to
it
wait,
back.
hold on. Do you think that do you really think it's okay if someone were to come into this country and we don't want them here to send them to some other country? Like
Oh
what
fuck
like we
yeah, dude! I
probably
would
don't
drive
want
them. I would blindfold them, and then I would like fucking hang over them. I would like put them in a fucking thing and have them wake up with like $12 and be like, "Hey, make it home." Yeah, bro. You don't want
So
to
why do
ask
we
me
only
these
do this with
questions.
immigrants that we don't want here? What about criminals, people who break
We
the
have a
law?
right. Well, American citizens. See, we have a right to those people, right? And we can get into recidivism, right? We can get into homelessness. I think that this money would be better spent taking care of the American homeless before I spend one penny on a fucking Mexican, El Salvadorian, Finland, Denmark, any white motherfucker. I don't care what color they are. I don't want them here, bro. I think that we could be taking care of Americans first, America first, before we do anything with immigration and immigrants. So again,
Okay,
you're asking.
I don't understand why these things are mutually exclusive, why we can't
I
do
don't
two
know,
things
bro.
at once.
We probably could walk and chew gum, but why? Why? Well, actually, you don't have the money, so you can't have open. You can't have this open border
The United
system,
States
right?
government
It
has
falls
like
into
essentially
Clover Divin.
infinite money
We
to be
don't.
able
No,
to
no,
like
no. You can't
deal
just
with.
print money.
I mean, you
No, no.
can.
You can if you want a Weimar Republic. If you want to take wheelbarrows of cash to go buy a loaf of bread.
Sure, but they didn't have
the
modern
same
monetary
thing.
theory back then. So
I'm sure they didn't, but I do know that this inflation has hit me because now the money I make for the year, I now have 8% less. Right? And you can try to fucking sugarcoat it, whatever Biden cope you're going to fucking try to pour over it. My money that I make now has less purchasing power. That's how it works, bro. And you can give me MMT and fucking whoever else. Again, not something I'm well versed in, economics. So
okay, we're going to have to like stay as far away from the economic memes as possible for this conversation, which is why I'm saying like I think like until I get that syllogism, I can't fucking argue against you.
Right, that's fine. I was trying to move into the terrorism thing. Then you
okay? Well, no, well, I don't know what you're the one that's rambling.
I am rambling. I ramble.
I'm waiting for you to tell me about. Wait, tell me about the terrorists. Just tell me about the terrorists.
Well, dude, I was, and then you get into these tangents, and you're like, "Well, do you think that it's?" Yeah, I do think it's okay. I would take home. Listen, dude, if I go to Home Depot and I pick up immigrants and I take them like 3 or 4 towns over and I drop them off, I'm like, yeah, there's the work site. Like this is the fucked up shit I do. Like literally, yeah. I'm like, yo, hop in the back, guys, and I take them like 3 or 4 towns over, and I just drop them off. Like this is the shit I do. So you're asking the wrong person.
Immigrants?
Yeah, immigrants, illegals, absolutely. I'm in South Florida, bro. You're in Texas. I'm sure you can go to a Home Depot and find 50 of them.
And you just like transport these people to places they don't want to be,
bro. Exactly. Well, I tell them that there's work. I'm like, yo, hop in the back, 12 an hour, and then I drive them somewhere else. And then I drop them off and I don't pay them or don't give them the work. It's kind of like a fun thing. I'm going to do that tomorrow. No. They get into the back of the truck. They don't get into the cab, bro. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
So you put people in your trunk. You kidnap them. You take them somewhere they don't know where they're.
It's a truck, bro.
Okay, you put them in the back of the truck. You put them in the back of your truck, and then you kidnap them and you put them in a place where they don't want to be.
I'm telling them that they're going to get work, and then on the ride there, the job cancels. So say I have a pressure washing job, and then we can't do the job. What am I supposed to do?
So you're just admitting to kidnapping people.
I guess, bro. Yes, I kidnap people. There, this isn't going how you.
I'm not trying to like put you. You're like that's what you're describing. You're describing kidnapping people.
I am. Yeah, exactly. And then I take them to like Belglade, Florida, and I drop them off, and I never give them to work. Yes, if that's kidnapping, then call the feds, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to do it tomorrow when the kid's off from school, bro. So we have some like bonding time.
Well, I mean, I would highly
I'm kidding. Okay. But it's not kidnapping, bro. Listen.
I mean, it by definition is
number one.
You're tricking people to get into your car. Okay, if you wait, hold on. You like let's take a one-to-one comparison. One-to-one comparison. Okay. Ahead. You walk up to a kid and say, "Hey, I have some candy for you." Hold on. You go up to a kid. You say, "I got some candy for you." You drive them somewhere.
Candy thing. No.
Yes, I can because you're offering these people work.
You were okay with pedophiles when you started this conversation.
I'm not okay with pedophiles.
You were. You said if they're not offending. Like, we have the video of this. Like, yeah, I would let pedophiles into America. So don't try to put the pedo shit on me, dude. Not going to work.
I'm so sorry. If you're going to talk about, like, tricking people into your car with the promise of a good or service, and then you drive them somewhere, and then you kick them out on the side of the road, that's kidnapping.
Not on the side of the road.
And technically, it's trafficking.
And then I'd be like, it could be. Well, it could be human smuggling. Trafficking are 2 different definitions. I looked them up for this debate because the Biden administration doesn't. They call human smuggling, and they make a differentiation of human trafficking and human smuggling. So
sure, you're not smuggling them across borders, right?
No, right, correct, or even county lines.
Sure, you're right. So what you're doing, all you're doing is you are taking people, you're giving them the promise of work or some service.
Correct.
You're driving them somewhere.
Totally legal.
But you do this all based off of a lie, and then you kick them out of your car. You've kidnapped those people.
Those shingles off the roof, guys. I'll be back. I'm going to get the Gatorades, and I never come back. And that's how I'm going to spend my Christmas vacation. Every day,
kidnap people.
I'm going to kidnap. Well, you can use that word. It's not. You're not using it the way that you think you're using it. But anyway,
I mean, like by definition, you're kidnapping people.
I'm going to get an extra load of them.
What is the difference between what you're doing and kidnapping?
I'm going to do a night run.
What is the difference between what you do?
There's no force. What do you mean? I didn't force them to get in my truck. I said, "Hey, do you guys?"
And if you walked up to some kids and you offered them candy, and then you put them into your car,
you're making this weird.
And then you put them into a car. You didn't forced them into the car. They willingly got into the car, but it was based off of a lie.
Pedophiles being in America. Remember, I had to remind you of that. You literally said as long as they weren't reoffending.
Well, no, not reoffending. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, you can roll back the tape. If there's an offending pedophile, I don't want them in my fucking country.
I had to remind you of that, though. You didn't list it. So
no, I mean, I'm totally fine.
You're okay with it.
Everything that I've said, I'm 100% consistent on. If someone is not an offending criminal, right, and they're willing to like fix whatever is fucked up with their heads, right?
Right. Go ahead.
Do you think that you can imprison someone before they do something?
I think that if they're like a 2 or 3 time, I think chemical castration at that point for fucking pedos, and then you probably
I don't think
TOS.
No. There's no. Well, hold on. My thing is, I'm not talking about offending pedophiles. That's what I'm saying. Before they commit a crime, before they do anything bad.
Goddamn, dude, they didn't commit the crime. They're not pedophiles yet, bro.
If you're attracted to children, you're a pedophile.
I'm leaving if you're gonna get on this weird minorly attracted fucking children. You're mad that I troll Mexicans, and then you added
That's not trolling. It's kidnapping.
It is trolling them. No, I'm not kidnapping them. If they get into the truck willingly looking for work, and then
if you put a kid in your car willingly with the promise of candy, that's kidnapping.
You've now put a kid in your car. I'm pretty sure that is illegal if you don't have. It's also
illegal to traffic immigrants. It's also illegal to kidnap people.
It's just immoral. It's not illegal. Again, what I'm doing is immoral.
So you're not a deontologist because you believe there's good and bad actions.
No, this is you asked me to come up with a moral debate for immigration. I found deontology.
And you do immoral actions even though you're a deontologist. That's why
it's not immoral, because it's not against the rules that are set.
It's against the rules. It's against the rules to traffic or kidnap people.
I'm not. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm getting them work. But then the job cancels on the way there.
Because you've already said that there is no work. So you lied to them.
I didn't see anything about that. I just seen following rules. Maybe I read it wrong. Maybe I have to go back and redo it. Again, this is 1 week, bro. I think I've made a lot of progress in 1 week.
I'm not talking about your moral framework. I'm saying that in order to get those immigrants into your car, you lie to them and tell them that
they're not getting in the car. Whoa! It's a. Do you understand how a pickup truck works?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is that what the own that you're trying to get on me right now? Is that you put them into the back of a truck? You put them into the back of a truck instead of in the cab of your car. So therefore, it's not kidnapping. Okay, so like I challenge you. I challenge you to go to an elementary school and do that same thing with children. Put them into the back of your truck.
Like you, bro.
I'm not a pedophile. I don't put people into the back of my truck and tell them that I'm going to give them shit. Okay, so I'm not a fucking kidnapping like weird fucking person. All right?
And I had to remind you. I'm like, yo, even pedophiles. I mean, that is how this thing started. You were broadcasting that point. Since we've been on this call, you've been broadcasting, right? So I can go back and clip this later.
What did you just say? What?
Since we've been on this call, you have been broadcasting this, right?
Yes, I was broadcasting right before I jumped into the call.
Thank you. Yeah. So then we'll go back and we'll clip it, and it's
we can clip all of the times that you just said that you kidnapped Mexicans and you dropped them off in the middle of fucking nowhere.
And you were okay with pedophiles. I will.
I'm not okay with pedophiles. I'm not okay with pedophiles.
Fucking Mexican. I will troll Mexicans. It's fine. I'm cool with this. I don't think.
Is it trolling a child to offer them candy and then drop them off in some like weird neighborhood?
Don't know anything about children, bro. I only know about
okay, how about this? Let's take children out of the equation. Let's take children out of the equation. Let's say that you're going to drive up to a woman. You drive up to a woman and you say you're going to drive her home. You say you're going to drive her home and instead you drop her off in some fucking sketchy neighborhood. Is that kidnapping?
Is she a crack whore?
Just any person. Doesn't matter if they
take
drugs
or not. Is she a crack whore?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter to me under my belief system.
Is it against your moral system to kidnap a crack whore?
You take it into right. So
I'm directly engaging with what you said.
Right. So I go to Circle K. I see this crack whore. Right. I'm like, hey, you want to suck me off for a fucking 10 rock? Oh wait, that's different conversation. All right. So I'm like, hey, you look like you're down and out. Do you need a ride to, let's just say, Mar-a-Lago? Right, and I don't take her to Mar-a-Lago. I drop her off fucking 5 miles away from Mar-a-Lago. I'm at fault there. I have no fucking duty to give her. What the fuck? Whoa.
Because you lied to her. So you got her into your car.
I got her as close as I can get her, dude. And did she suck me off for that rock?
You didn't want that, I assume.
Well,
right?
look,
You're a
that
married
was the
man.
first thing I said. I'm not married, no.
Oh, I thought you
But
were
I do
married with
have
kids.
no, I'm not married. I do
Okay,
have kids
my bad.
and yeah, it's okay. But anyway, I would never let a woman do have
One second, you cut out.
providence over me. Yeah. I was I was just saying you were whoa, yeah. I wouldn't
Okay.
trust a woman like that. But anyway,
Gotcha.
no. So you're mad. You're mad, dude. That's a good troll too, bro. I'm gonna get an extra truckload tonight. I'm gonna go. I'm like, yo, you guys want to hang some Christmas lights? And then I'm gonna take them right to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and beep the horn. That's what I'm gonna do. Merry
Yeah, so
Christmas,
you're
Sondsol.
yeah,
Anyway,
so you
you want to
kidnap
get
people.
back to
Got
the
it.
terrorist?
Sure,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna
get
kidnap
back to the
take 'em
terrorists.
police
Sure.
station. Yeah, dude, is your shit? Did your medicine kick in yet?
I'm vibing, dog. I don't know when
Okay,
exactly
good.
when it kicks in.
All
I
right.
don't
I
think
didn't
that I
know.
need it to beat you on whether
No,
kidnapping
dude,
is bad
listen,
or not. So
listen. This is just fun for me. You literally challenged me to a debate, which I don't know why, but you did, and I'm here, bro. I didn't want to. I was tired of running away.
I'm
Right?
not.
Thank you.
You're not running
There
away
you
this
go.
time. Yeah.
That's it. I never run away. Why would I run away from you, dude? You get triggered about kidnapping air quotes.
Yeah, I think kidnapping is bad. I think that it doesn't matter who you do it to.
Pedophile is worse. I think pedophilia is a lot worse than kidnapping. But
yeah. I mean,
again,
like if they're a
maybe
child
if you
fucker,
kidnap the
then that's
pedophiles and
probably
take them
worse
somewhere
than
else, too.
kidnapping. Yeah.
Probably. Yep. Probably. Anyway. So I'm gonna nickname this batch I send. I'm gonna name this song. So I'm gonna videotape it.
Well, it's already being recorded. So,
dude, I'm totally fine with it. I do believe that it is legal. I'm pretty sure. But if it's not, I'm sure someone will call on me, bro. You guys know they'll be able to find me. Anyway, so we had a Saudi Arabian man, right? Described by Border Patrol as a potential terrorist, right?
Okay.
So this is another reason who was grabbed by the Yuma, right? And he was also wearing this this is where I get into the NGO thing, right? He was wearing a fucking jacket of a like a first responder, like some ambulance drivers, and like from New York. So I'm like, wow, and maybe it was just hand me down. So again, I have to the conspiracy dog whistles start going off, and I have to I can't go chasing that shit. But maybe it was just an NGO that got him the jacket, and maybe that's how. But so we have terrorists who are actively coming into America. Again, it's not an economic issue. This is
I
an
agree.
actual
Just tell me just tell me about the terrorists.
Just told you. What do you mean?
Is that it? They knew that.
There's one, and there's a couple other that got caught on terrorists. Now there was only 19 because I remember you last week. Oh my God, or it was only like 150 people. Well, dude, it only took 19 to do 9/11. So I think if
150 people did what?
So last week when I sent you that list of people, you're like, oh, out of all the millions of people, we found 150 people. You went on your stream and you reviewed it, I think, afterwards.
I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. That list of people. And you're like, hey, this isn't so bad. Well, my contention is it only took 19 people to bring that to kill 3,000 people. So maybe these 3 people, right? We've caught 1 now, and we've caught 2 earlier this year that were on a terrorist watch list. So
we've caught them.
What I'm saying is this is the problem. Right? Well, so how many didn't we catch, on? So how many did we not catch?
That's an unanswerable question.
I know. We will leave it open to interpretation. But I could say that at least, right, if we have, I think we're at 1.73 million this year, right, of stops. And we can get into statistics, man. The statistics are not good for you, dude. Horrible.
I don't know what statistics you're talking about. Which statistics?
Well, so we'll go with Southwest border encounters. We have 1.7 million, right? Last year was only 458,000 for the whole year. So what is that? So 4 or 5 times worse than we did last year, just in 1 year. So yeah, we don't want to get into what the numbers are from last year to this year.
How many terrorists have come into the country?
Well, no, that we will never know, right? Because we only caught 3 of them so far. So we'll never know how many are here. I guess we'll know when they bring down the
next building. Know how many people are here that are terrorists?
I don't. Well, Sondsol, if I knew that, I wouldn't be kidnapping Mexicans and taking them to Home Depot on my fucking, my lunch break.
Okay, so I just don't know what your point is that you're saying here. I'm trying to figure that out.
Apprehending. I figured it would be easy that there are terrorists crossing the southern border. I figured you would read into that. But I guess because there was only 3, it's not a big enough problem for you. When will it be a problem? When one of them shoots up a school, or when one of them brings down a
So
fucking
it's a
building, or flies a plane, or drives a fucking truck into a parade? It will then, and then you'll tell us, oh, we could have never thought about this. What will you say then?
So first off, if we caught terrorists that are coming over the border with the intention to do some sort of terrorist attack, it seems like we have some way of tracking these terrorists around so that we can catch them. So that's like
So we
pretty
should
good.
just keep letting them in. Yeah, we should just keep letting them in. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
Go
we're
ahead.
obviously
Sorry, I
not.
didn't mean to cut you off.
We're obviously not letting them in because we're capturing the terrorists, right?
No, we only captured them because we found them. Now,
Right, and how did we find them?
1.7 million because we caught them. But how many are we not catching?
Well, how
Sondsol?
did we catch them? Because
Well,
they
we
were on a
caught them-
list.
No. Okay, so
Well, how do we know they were terrorists
All right, so
then?
listen, let me help you. Because there's a terrorist watch list. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Here, let me send you this article because it seems
Sure.
like you're struggling with this. Potential
Because you're on like
terrorists. And
5
this is
many
by-
different things.
This is, of course,
Like,
this is what I
so
like
many
to do. I
fucking
like
things
to
I
throw a
can't-
lot of shit. This is
Yeah.
what I do, bro. I throw a lot of shit against the wall. I see what sticks. The rest of the shit, I have the Mexican clean up, and then I don't pay them. It's kind of what I do.
Just give me the link
Anyway,
in
so
call and chat.
I am. I'm going. Calm down, bro. Calm down. I'm
Okay.
getting it, bro. I got to copy the link. Where do you want it? Private chat.
We can either do a private chat or call and chat, either way.
Where the fuck? You got so many fucking rooms in this bitch.
It's right above where we're at.
Calm down, bro. Calm down.
I'm just trying to help you
You're
out.
getting aggro, bro. You're getting aggro
I'm
about the
super
Mexicans,
chill.
bro. I'm gonna do a third run. I'm gonna do a fucking third run this week if you don't chill, bro. Chill. So this potential terrorist, and then there was 2 other potential terrorists. So yes, we have a terror watch list after fucking 9/11, right? We do monitor terrorists now, or potential terrorists. Like the two bombers, the brothers up in Boston, right? Those 2 motherfuckers were on a terror watch list,
Okay.
but nothing was ever done. That we'll save that for a whole nother debate, right?
Well, they were U.S. citizens, right?
They kind of were, but they were on a terror watch list, and basically the FBI didn't want to seem to have like Islamophobia. So that's why they actually
No, it's
were
because we afford people
to the
human
bombing.
rights and civil rights in this country, right?
We
And you
do,
can't arrest people.
unless
You can't arrest people if on suspicion that they might do something in the future.
You can if they're ordering.
Well, then we should
pressure
arrest you for
cookers, and then they're
kidnapping
making-
charges because it
You
seems like
should
you're
only-
having
didn't
plans to kidnap
anybody.
people.
Didn't kidnap anybody again. So you can listen.
Okay.
The funniest
But my
part
point is
I'm
here.
sure somebody in your
Okay,
chat,
I was making a joke.
sure
I'm sorry.
somebody
I'm
in
making
your
a chat. I was making
is
a joke. I was
going
making
to
a joke. I was
fucking
making a joke. I was
call, and
making a
that'll
joke.
be the I
All right.
can't wait. No,
Really
it's cool.
quick.
I'm okay
I was
with
making
it,
a
bro.
joke.
I'm
All
good.
right. But the thing is, we can't arrest people just because we think that they're going to do a crime, right?
You're
If we have evidence
That's
that they
called
are
Minority Report.
Right, exactly. We
Right,
can arrest people if we have evidence that they're about to do a crime, but if there's no evidence that we have that shows that they are going to do a crime, then we can't arrest those people, right?
Right, I understand. So what happens when the FBI? All right, so let me explain those 2 brothers, and we're going off. The 2 brothers, right? They got contacted because let's say the one brother was, let's say he was like, "Hey, I'm going to kill Death to America," right? And again, I guess they were naturalized, or again, didn't do any research on this before your chat starts. Oh my God!
Well, I don't have chat open, and I don't know. Like, I haven't thought about this since what, 2017 when it happened.
2014. I think it was like 2014. Yeah,
it was a while back.
It wasn't under Trump. It was under Obama. Because I remember Comey. Like there was a bunch of cases. I think about 12 of them. The San Bernardino shooter was another one who was on a watch list, right? But nobody ever went and
And how does this relate to immigration?
Well, because, I'm only explaining things that you asked me to explain. You got onto this Minority Report. I'm just explaining that.
You're explaining things, but I figured eventually you would have a point. So I'm just like asking for the
probably
point.
Probably not. What is that called? The TLDR? The long
TLDR.
Right, there's no T. Right, exactly. You're right. So that's there's no TLDR with me, bro. So if you ask me something, I have to explain it, or it just takes me longer to explain the explanation of the explanation, which is where we're at now.
Okay, so this is the explanation that I need.
Explain.
Well, I don't want you to just sit here and monologue at me for 45 minutes. This is the specific thing that I want to know. What exactly is your point when you bring up terrorists and immigration?
Because there are terrorists crossing the southern border, Sondsol. We've already caught 3 this year. So that's another reason why we should not allow immigration.
Okay.
Terrorism.
So
do you want to move on to the next one after that?
Nope,
or
because I want to stick on this point.
You want to stick
yeah, I do.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
I do have a problem with what you're saying here. So you're talking about illegal immigration over the southern border, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about all immigration, but
okay,
go ahead.
So
we'll just
in
call
all,
it illegal.
No. Well, I'm talking.
We'll stay on illegal. Go ahead.
Well, do you think that there are a lot of legal immigrants coming over here that are terrorists?
No, they'd probably, because with the legal thing, you get picked right up.
Okay, so why do you? So you don't have a problem with immigration, with terrorism?
No,
you care about. You have a problem with
legal
our ability to catch people that are coming over the southern border that are terrorists, not with immigration as a whole.
Doing it. Right, we're not doing
because legal immigration has nothing to do with people coming over the southern border in terms of terrorism, because we have checks to make sure that people that are coming in legally are not terrorists, right?
Correct, legally, right. But when they come,
you don't want legal
listen,
immigration either. So I need you to make a case for me right now to tell me. I just
did, because of terrorism.
Okay, the case that you have to make.
No, I don't have to. That's it. Done. Case is over. If you want to move on from this
No. I don't want to move on from this because you're not making the case that you think you are.
I know. I made the case that I need to make.
What is the case that you're making?
Terrorists entered the U.S. illegally, and they're using I don't know why I have to explain it. It's like you're looking
right, because you're talking about illegal immigration, and I would agree with you.
Correct.
We probably need to have some way to make sure that terrorists aren't coming over the southern border.
Todd.
But you're saying that you want to get rid of all immigration because of terrorism, but immigration.
No. That's not what I said.
Okay, so explain it to me.
No, I don't. Again, we're on illegal immigration, and I'm telling you that.
But you say your argument,
an illegal.
Your argument is that you want to get rid of all immigration.
I tried to break it out into the syllogism, but you didn't understand it. It was
you haven't sent me the haven't sent me the syllogism yet.
You should write it down. I wrote down each premise, and I
tried to write them down, but you said them really fast, and then you went off on a tangent about southern border like terrorists or something, right? So like that's why I asked you to copy and paste it to me.
We're at 250, bro. We're at 250. Running out of time, bro. You're running out of time. But go ahead. You want to keep
250 what?
250 the time.
Oh,
remember we got to a 4, so don't waste too much time. But if you want to stay on terrorism, that's fine.
I just you're not making any point against like legal immigration when it comes to terrorism.
Again, I'm against illegal immigration.
Earlier at the beginning of this conversation, you said you wanted to get rid of all immigration.
Correct. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Right.
So terrorism isn't a reason that you want to get rid of all immigration, right?
Because what you'll do is you'll say what you like to do to Mio and say, "Oh my God!" But if they were white immigrants, you'd be okay with that, right?
Nope. That's not at all what I've said at all.
I rewatched your fucking debate with him this week too.
Right. My debate with him is a different debate than the debate that I'm having with you.
I understand, because you can't have that debate with me. That's your problem.
That's why I'm not bringing race into it.
You can't. Anyway.
Well, right, but that's why I'm staying away from that, because I don't need to bring that up, because you're not making a case that legal immigration needs to stop.
Right, but what?
You're not making a case for why legal immigration needs to stop.
No, because we're talking about illegal immigration, Sondsol.
But you said at the beginning that you want to get rid of all.
You're stuck on this You're stuck on this thing, dude. I'm just telling you to be logically consistent.
I am logically consistent. You're not.
Me, motherfucker. That's why I don't want any immigration here, dude. You're floundering.
You don't want any immigration, including legal immigration.
Correct. Because and then we got into the 100 million people in the workforce. Are you not? Maybe you should up your medicine, dude. Remember? And then you're going to tell me
I don't think that I'm the person that needs medicine in this conversation, buddy.
And then you're going to tell me that I went on a diatribe and that I'm gish galloping.
I'm not. I never use that word. I'm just specifically trying to get you to like explain to me
ever since I told you
how
about
legal
the Mexicans. You've been very triggered, bro.
I'm not. I'm vibing, dude. I'm just chilling, dude.
No, you're not vibing.
You're the one that seems to be really upset at this conversation because you can't explain to me why legal immigration has to end.
Because I don't have to, because we're talking about illegal immigration. No.
Okay.
No.
So are you going to concede that you're fine with illegal immigration then?
No, I don't want legal immigration either. The country is full because I explained 100 million people in the workforce that dropped off on March of 2020, and they have not entered back in, Sondsol. But again, I know the
unemployment rate is not.
People drop out of they stop looking for work, Sondsol. There's a term for that, right? They're
So
no
you're saying
longer in the
that there's
workforce, so they don't get picked up by fucking unemployment metrics, dude.
okay. So you're saying
have
they are
just stopped
discouraged
working.
workers.
They are whatever the fuck, displaced, discouraged, discarded. I don't give a fuck what adjective you want to use. They
Well,
are
that's
no
the term.
longer seeking work.
Okay,
They
so
have just done. They're like, fuck it.
so I can
I'm
help
gonna
you out
just
here.
keep
Okay,
collecting. Go ahead, help me out.
yeah, I can help you out. The term that you're trying to like explain to me here is called
Go ahead, BPF. Tell me.
discouraged workers, right? They are
Okay,
no
thank you.
longer looking for work because they are discouraged from finding work. All right.
Okay.
Why is that?
I don't know, but either way,
If you
want to
don't
get
know,
into
then
because they're
why are you
making
making this
because they're
claim?
making more because they're because it's a real claim, son. So I know you don't like it because it goes against your we need the immigrants
No, because
to take
I
all
don't
these
like
jobs.
it because you can't prove
We
it.
need the immigrants to take. Well, hold on, I can prove that there's 100 million people that dropped out of the workforce. That I can prove. The why, don't really care why, son. So again, that's for you people who stream 8 hours out of the day. You can figure it out when you're done. I'll give you a whole wealth of stuff to dig into when we're done with this, and then you have your whole day. You're welcome. You got 2 days out of me, Sondsol. You got last week. You got this week. I've done my cause. I've helped Sondsol.
No,
I've
yeah,
helped
you've
Sondsol.
helped me out. You've helped me out so much.
Thank you.
Okay, here's
Right.
okay. I don't think that you're
hold on.
educated enough on this topic to talk about this. Let's
Probably
move on.
not.
Let's
That's-
move on to
there we go.
nationalism. Okay, because
Here, let me get you the 100 million. Hold on. What do you mean? We didn't even finish. We didn't even finish fucking.
Because you can't even
the other one.
explain to me why people are out of work right now.
So here you go, 100 million, bro. 100 million and 450,000 for the 14th straight month, and this was in November of 2021. I'll just link it to you, dude. You can go do the legwork when you're doing your stream later. Right?
Yeah,
and you
I mean,
can tell
like
me.
usually,
You can tell us.
usually
You
when
can
people
tell
go into a
me
debate,
why it's happening.
usually
You
when
can
people
explain
go
it to
into a
me.
debate, they go in with
I
enough
know.
knowledge to be able to
I'm not a
defend
debater,
their point.
Sondsol. Why you wanted to debate me? It doesn't bode well for you, Sondsol. It bodes just fine for me because I'm me. I'm fucked up in the head. I'm Todd. You wanting to debate me doesn't bode well for you or your audience right now. Who's
I mean,
listening
yeah,
to this.
I feel like I'm probably going to be liable for some sort of medical bill because people in chat are
Probably
getting
for a
cancer
couple
right
of them.
now.
They are
Okay?
fucking triggered, bro. When they hear
No,
about
they're not
the-
triggered.
bro,
They're getting
when I
cancer because what you're saying is so
videotaped the
stupid. It's like
fucking
radioactive. It's
when I
actively
fucking-
giving people
when
leukemia.
I videotape this run of Mexicans, bro, that shit's gonna be. I'll tweet it. How long is the tweet? You got 2 minutes and 20 seconds, right, for a video. I'll do the part. I'll do the pickup. We'll do the drive. And then we'll do the drop-off part. The drop-off part's always the funnest. When they're like, hey, El Jefe, and they start running after the truck.
Yeah, I highly encourage you to do that. Live stream it and make sure that there's video evidence for when people come after you.
Provoked, baby.
Yep, like when people come after you for kidnapping people. Yep, I think that like that's a great thing for you to try and live stream.
I run.
Worked really good for Baked Alaska when he broke into the Capitol. It's going to work really good for you.
Baked Alaska. I know.
Right.
Only Baked Alaska probably broke the law. I didn't. So
well, I mean, kidnapping is against the law.
That.
So
it is.
All right. So tell me why nationalism is good.
No, we're not done with immigration yet, bro. What the fuck? Why are you trying to? Whoa.
Because you don't know what you're talking about. Because you won't even tell me what you're arguing. Okay. You're telling me on one hand that you want to get rid of all. Well, hold on.
You want a definition of what I'm. It's like so. Then you take it and then you accuse me of being on a diatribe. Or that I need medicine. So I'm just giving you the list of things
you're trying to make the argument right now that we should get rid of all immigration, but you're also only making arguments against illegal immigration.
No, correct. Again, dude, listen. I gave you that little caveat because I'm against all immigration. The country's full.
But you can't tell me why. You can't tell me why you're against it.
Because there's 100 million people. Because there's 100 million people that are out of the workforce, and you can read about that later. So you're not derailing this conversation.
I'm not derailing anything. I'm trying to keep this
you
firmly on the rails.
Economics, because that's all you have, Sondsol. Again,
you're the one that's talking about the labor force. You're not telling me any actual reason why we should keep more people out of this country.
I gave you 100 million reasons why. Sondsol.
That's an economic argument, and I can blow you the fuck out on that. But you're not prepared for that kind of conversation. So we're going to have to either move on, or you're going to have to give me a reason not to let anybody into this country legally.
So now we'll go back to fentanyl, right? And the 100,000 people that are going to die this year of fentanyl, which is all coming over the southern border. And then we'll give you this nice little fentanyl bus we just got, bro. It's a doozy, bro. I forget how many kilos of meth, too. You probably like the meth part, though. What's your drug of choice, Sondsol? What did you fuck with? Promethazine? What did you like? The lean? You like the painkillers? Everybody's got a drug of choice, bro. If you don't want to tell me, you can tell me privately. You there, bro? You cutting out?
I'm just waiting for an answer. I'm just waiting for an answer for my question. Hello, can you hear me? I'm just waiting for.
We have a problem.
Just waiting for that answer for like why we should stop all legal immigration.
Well, again, we should stop illegal immigration and legal immigration.
Okay, so tell me why we should stop legal.
I gave you 100 million. I gave you 100 million reasons why. 100 million. There's people in America that are already looking for work. We don't need to input it anymore. So why do you need it so bad? Why don't you tell me why we need immigration so bad?
Because it's good for the outcomes of the country. It's really good for
GDP.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to make the economic argument, and I also don't think.
All you have.
Well, I mean, that's
the
moral framework that I'm coming from is one of utilitarianism, right? If it's going to increase the quality of people's lives, I'm all for it.
Right. Well, you know what increased my life? Not bringing these motherfuckers over here. So
why won't it increase your life
for me? Because then I won't have to. because then I won't have to go and put them in the truck and move them myself.
I thought that you had fun kidnapping people.
The utility in that would just be well worth it, bro. So the fentanyl that they're bringing in, it's not the best fentanyl, bro. We're having to put like fucking other shit on it.
Sure,
dude.
I agree. We should try to make sure that there's not a whole bunch of like illegal drug trafficking that's coming over the southern border. There's a million things that we can do about that. We can try to make sure that the countries that hold on, we can
immigration.
It's not anti-immigration. It's anti drug cartel shit, right?
Whoa! So you're anti-drug cartels?
Sure, drug cartels are bad.
Oh my god, man! What about for the dope addicts? There's probably utility in those for the dope addicts.
No,
don't you think?
Probably not.
No. So you want a junkie to die? Whoa, Sondsol.
Nope. There's a million other things.
Do you know what a junkie goes through when he's dope sick, bro?
Yeah, you can just put people into rehab facilities, and then they will.
You want to lock people up who have a mental illness, bro?
I mean,
go ahead, keep telling me more. Tell me more. Go ahead. Tell me how else we're going to harm the mentally unwell. Don't you think
people that are addicted to some kind of
fentanyl.
Some people that have some kind
fentanyl.
Of fentanyl. If they're addicted to fentanyl, then the best way to treat people is to put them in some sort of like addiction crisis center.
Lock them up, huh? All right, man. Well, you're turning conservative, bro. I'm
not saying. Hold on. Is jail the exact same thing? Wait, hold on. Is jail the exact same thing as a rehab center? Like,
I don't know. Is that so? Now you're for rehabs? I thought you just said lock them up.
I just said rehab facilities, addiction crisis centers. Yeah, that's like the thing that I've been saying the entire time.
I think we have a shortage. I was just watching something this morning. A lady had to wait 10 weeks to get a bed. So what does she do in those 10 weeks?
Well, I mean, talk to the Republicans who always try to like defund all these rehab centers. Hey, listen, bro. This is a healthcare issue right here.
Wait. The House, the Senate, you got all three. You got everything, bro.
This is probably going to be
Republicans.
It's probably going to be taken care of at the state level, and most state governments are ones that are Republicans.
Okay, so the federal government has no.
I mean, the federal government does have some things that they can do about that. They can try to hold on.
It was Trump's problem when it was Trump, but now it's no. Biden can't do anything. Go ahead.
What was Biden or Trump's problem that I
wouldn't?
You're just throwing things out there.
I didn't know you then. But
yeah, you're just like throwing things out there, just like engage with the things that I'm actually saying.
And you smell like patchouli, dude. I just know your type. I'm pretty sure
I smell like patchouli.
I'm sorry. You just remind me of the patchouli type, bro. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I got Amazon. Amazon's dropping off some packages for Christmas. Hold on, dude.
You can get
that.
I'll
be right back. Yeah, I have to. Unfortunately, my dog will start barking. Hold on.
While he's doing that, let me respond to Allison.
All right. Let's see. Where you at?
I'm right here, buddy.
Okay. Whoa. I didn't know if you were doing
Oh,
something, bro.
no, I'm just
All right.
responding to my
So
girlfriend on
fentanyl. So
text.
you want to
Yeah.
lock up everybody? What were we? Yeah, I don't know if you actually said anything about Trump. You just remind me of the type, bro. Listen, Trump
I'm
wasn't even
sure.
like one of my favorites, bro. Like he ended up just being a fucking New York City liberal anyway. But again, it just the way he triggered people was well worth it. Oh, fucking! I can't wait until fucking midterms. It's gonna be so great when he gets back out there. Fucking be great doing rallies for people.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are gonna lose your fucking minds. Anyway,
Okay. So
fentanyl. So why do you want 100,000 people to die a year because of fentanyl?
I don't want 100,000 people to die a
Oh,
year
that's
of
right. You're
fentanyl.
gonna lock them up.
Uh,
Your idea was to lock
well,
them up.
that's not what I said at all. Not It's not necessarily the case that 100,000 people are going to die every single year. If I remember correctly, last time we talked, you linked something where they brought over like 100,000 lethal doses worth of fentanyl, and that's where you're getting that number.
No. There's
Is this a
more
different
than
stat?
100,000. Yeah, dude. So this last bust, right? The last bust, and hold on, I'll fucking just read it off to you because it's just monumental, bro. When you think about the amount, and I remember I was telling you about the crystal meth they got too, bro. So I was
Crystal meth is
all right,
usually
so,
made in the United States by like
well, I'm just telling you,
backwater
this
fucking
came through
hick
Mexico.
people.
That's bathtub meth. This isn't the. You need to watch Breaking
Oh,
Bad.
yeah. Sorry, I
The
missed
good
that
meth.
series.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
I
no, but it's
also get
true.
all of my political
I
opinions
did
from
drugs.
AMC specials.
I did drugs. So again, you can't really talk shit to me about drugs because it's something I did. So you can try, but yeah,
Did you need to go to a rehab facility in order to
no,
detox?
I sold drugs. So I had
Oh, okay,
I
gotcha.
had a wealth of fucking drugs I just sold more up the price. Always had more. Always had a 14-day stash, bro.
So you got to where you're at right now by exploiting the deaths of your fellow Americans? Sounds like really, really opposite of what a civic nationalist should do, huh?
Didn't sell fentanyl, bro.
Oh,
No,
okay. What
sold
kind of
weed,
drugs
bro.
did you sell?
Whoa, weed, bro. Calm down. Oh, you're against weed now too.
No, weed's fine.
Oh, okay. There you go. Sold bud, bro. Is there a problem over now? What if I sold cocaine? Would you be okay with that?
I mean,
Cocaine. We don't have many. I think 10 people overdose a year. I don't know that number.
I don't know any of these numbers offhand. So
right. So anyway, let me tell you about this last bust, bro. This was a good one. November 19th. 17,584 pounds of meth and 383 pounds of fucking fentanyl, right? It was in a tractor trailer truck. So yeah, I don't know where you got that. I think it was like 1.7 million. The other thing I linked you was like 1.7 million lethal doses. I would never just send you something about fucking, but either way, if I did, and that was a fucking mistake.
Okay,
like I
so
said,
if we were able to, how do we fix the drug crisis in this country?
We poisoned a couple loads, and people won't like this. Your chat's going to flip the fuck out right now. What we do is we have to poison a couple of loads of fentanyl. We got to poison a couple of loads of fucking blow. And people's fears will actually say, and listen, I'm all for a methadone program. We need to get people off of this shit. Like it is a scourge of fucking what's going on in this country right now. It's bad.
So you think that all these people who have like a mental illness with addiction, you think that we should just kill off a couple? No, like a couple. See, 100,000 of them, and then.
Whoa! There are 100,000 already dying. I have
100,000 are dying a year with the overdoses, but like not all of the people that are going to get those doses are going to die of overdoses.
I'm gonna kill. No. I'm gonna kill about 1,000. Right, of the worst of the worst.
Sounds mighty utilitarian. Do you think it's okay to?
Does. Maybe it's a rule. We'll make a rule. So only 1,000, right now. But now,
so you're okay with killing 1,000 people to dissuade people from doing drugs?
To save 100,000?
Okay, so
absolutely.
So if the 100,000, really quick, if 100,000 people are dying of these drugs every year, then what do you think? 1,000 people,
1,000 of the already people who are going to OD because they're junk.
Okay, so why if 100,000? Really quick question. You gotta let me finish my question. You gotta let me finish my question. All right. If you think that 100,000 people a year dying of overdoses of fentanyl isn't enough to dissuade people? What makes you think that poisoning people is going to make them less likely to take these drugs?
Oh, because it's gonna see. I knew you'd ask that. It's gonna be some good shit. It's gonna be like some fucking convulsing, like I don't know, hills have eyes type shit. Like fucking what was that other 28 days later type zombie shit? We're gonna fucking we're gonna. It has to be right. It has to be something good. But yeah, that's my prescription. That and a methadone program. But also you're gonna get 90 days, bro, and they're off. They're cut. They're done. You get fucking. We'll do.
So a couple
60,
of people
30,
die.
30.
A couple of people die of poisoned fentanyl, and that's going to.
We're gonna have a few. We're gonna poison. Like I said, we're gonna poison a few loads. So yeah, I'd say about 1,000.
Okay, so 1,000 people die of the 1,000 people die of the poisoned doses that you're going to do, and then that's going to dissuade them when the 100,000 a year doesn't dissuade them.
Yes. Absolutely. See, they're sick, bro. So you're just lock them up, and all prison does is just help.
I didn't say prison.
Commit crimes more. You did it first, and you walked.
No,
it back
I said rehab facilities. Rehab is a much better way to get people.
You're kind of locked into rehab too, though. There's no. I mean, I guess there's voluntary and there's non-voluntary, but if it's court appointed, you ain't going nowhere anyway, because then you're gonna get violated. So. Just going to get a VOP if you do leave treatment. So either way, you're going to jail. But I guess the stick is okay, right? Isn't that what carrot in the stick is, right? Where they hit you with the stick? Or is the carrot... Wait, is the stick holding the carrot? I never understood that one. I thought the stick was the hit you.
The carrot is something that you incentivize people with, and the stick is something you beat them with.
Right. But why wouldn't you use the stick to hold the carrot out in front of them? Think about that one, bro. So I would do instead of hitting people. Hitting people is not right. There's no utility in that.
But killing people is.
There's utility in it, bro. It's like war. Why did we
not just like beat?
Iraq?
Why not?
Why did we go to
Why
war
not
in
just
Iraq?
like beat them so that you don't have to kill them?
Well, you could, but obviously we need a bigger stick or something, right? I don't know. Again, not my thing. I think you could use
a pretty modestly sized stick to beat a druggie into submission.
Right. I'm sure you could. I don't know, man. I just get Mexicans to ride to places they're not asking. I don't do anything about beating junkies, dude. Don't do anything about that.
Yeah, kidnapping is less morally reprehensible than beating the shit out of people or killing them. Yeah.
Sounds illegal to me. You might want to run that by chat.
I mean, it sounds illegal to poison people.
Well, if the government's doing it, then it's well within their. Again, you asked me for what my prescription was, and I told you weren't going to like it. And then, like I said,
because it's not coherent with your.
Let's take Suboxone. I know, but well, wait a minute. The only reason why I came up with morals is because you asked me to, bro. I wouldn't even have came up with them because I think that my arguments on fentanyl, human trafficking.
Yeah, I mean, like it's pretty obvious you're reading some sort of research doc that someone else gave you, and you didn't read it beforehand. You have no idea what you're talking about, which is why I keep on saying, like, if you want to move off of immigration.
Sondsol.
Oh man, maybe that's that also explains why you wouldn't be able to make a coherent point. Right. So
either way, but you couldn't you couldn't figure out my point. So I don't know.
Well, that's because you're not making any points.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
you're just saying things and like advocating for kidnapping and murdering people and shit.
We'll leave the VOD up for that one. Maybe
I think
that's probably why you want Samantha to come in here and fuck shit up. So
it's
kind of weird that you start that.
I did disconnect her so that you didn't get ass blasted. I was trying to do you a favor.
You're not gonna get ass blasted. I'm just gonna fucking blur rage because I told you don't do it, but it's fine.
You specifically asked me not to let Samantha Banana in.
Gonna go.
And so I didn't let her in.
For me, you've seen my streams. My streams are full of slurs. So what the fuck? You think I'm doing it for you, not for me? You want to bring her in, dude? Bring them in. We'll get down, bro. I'm cool with it either way. That's why it's funny. Like,
I'm just like waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you to like make a single point. Like why end legal immigration?
Keep waiting for me. Then you asked me something else, and I explained.
No, it's the same. It's the same exact same argument, the exact same point that I'm trying to get you to answer me. All right. Why is legal immigration bad?
Because we have 100 million people in the workforce. I already said, and you're going to say, well, you can't understand it. But
how many jobs are open?
You can read it. Don't know. But if there's 100 million people looking for work or out of the workforce, then we have plenty of people to fill whatever I don't. You said 4%. Isn't that what you said? I didn't.
Generally
prepare
speaking, 5% or lower in terms of unemployment is
what
acceptable.
research doc told you that one, bro?
I mean, this is just like
document. It's a pretty.
I don't
solid,
have anything in
research
front of me
document.
because I haven't
You
needed
use
anything.
them, dude. Don't fucking lie. Your
I
chat
can
feeds you
screen.
fucking, your chat feeds you shit all during your debates.
Chat is
not
closed
now,
out.
Not today. But I'm saying in past, you've been caught numerous times getting fed shit in your chat. Let's not act like sure. Thank you. So just be honest. I'm being honest.
Right, but like you seem to be super triggered when someone gives me.
I'm not triggered. But what
you seem really triggered right now.
You act like my fucking 12-year-old. Like you ask, hey, can I go to the mall? No, I can't go to the mall. And you think that by asking it a few different times, the answer will change. I don't know if it's like this childhood thing you have or something, or maybe you got it worked in your house.
So I've asked you. You haven't even said
fucking 5 times.
I've asked you.
I gave
fucking
you
5 times.
reasons why. And you're going to keep going back to it, and you're going to get the same.
So
result.
you really think that we have like over one definition? Really quick, you're going to say with a straight face.
You can break down the article.
Okay. Do you want to go through the article point by point?
Go ahead, if you would like to.
I don't really want to because I find it incredibly difficult to believe that a third of the United States is completely out of work right now.
Again, I guess you got to break that article down. Go ahead. You want to do it? Go ahead, man. I still have global warming and human trafficking, so I just want to go on record, and we'll come back to it. Go ahead. That you're stuck on. You think that some got you? Oh my God, I've got him now. He's against legal immigration and illegal. We've got him. But go ahead, break it down. Okay. I'll go back. This is the
14th straight month that this not in the labor force number has remained above 100,000. Persons who are neither employed nor unemployed are not in the labor force. This category includes retired persons, students, those taking care of children or other family members, and others who are neither working nor seeking work.
Okay.
Okay, so why are we including retired persons, students, those taking care of children or other family members, and those who are neither working nor seeking work?
You might want to get with the Department of Labor, bro. This is their numbers. I mean, maybe you know how to do.
Do you know?
Maybe you're a savant. Maybe you're the fucking long hair.
So when we talk about unemployment, which unemployment metric are you going to go off of?
Again, I'm not going under either. I'm going under this 100 million people not in the labor force, dude. And again, you can
so people that are retired, they're like 98 years old.
They could have been.
No, this is I'm reading directly from the source that you sent.
They're 98. Wow, who retires at 98? What kind of people?
I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Your people, not my.
What do you mean,
bro? We
retired?
I don't know. You said they were 98 when they retired. Do you forget what you said?
That's not what I said. I said that someone who is 98 is probably retired.
Right. Okay. Right. They probably retired long before they were 98. But again, maybe
and this is including those people. This is including those people.
Maybe.
No, it is. This is the source you sent me.
Keep reading.
Okay, sure. Ahead. Among those not in the labor force in October, 1.3 million persons said that they were prevented from looking for work due to the pandemic. This measure is down from 1.6 million in September. So in terms of real unemployment, 1.3 million, 1.6 million, it's gone down since September. The number of people not in the labor force reached a record high, 103,418,000 in April 2020.
Say that again.
103,000.
What happened in April of 2020? What specifically? What happened in March and April of 2020?
Well, I would say it probably coronavirus.
Oh, there you go. Right. So what the fuck would we be importing more people when we already have people who lost their jobs during Corona, April of 2020? Right, specifically, and then now you're telling me,
can you explain to me?
98-year-olds, they just all retired.
Okay, can you explain to me why we would include retired?
You're full of shit, motherfucker. Go ahead.
So if they're retired, why would they be looking for work?
Well, I don't know. You got to again. You should call the CBO or the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
So if they're unemployed because they're retired, it's because they don't ever want to work again because they're retired. Could
have been. You're stuck on that, but there's so many more here, and
students.
The fact that you're stuck at this, you haven't even
those taking care of children or other family members.
You haven't even finished reading it. Yep.
Because I don't need to. They're using fucking. I think it's the U6 unemployment. The unemployment metric. That's the U6.
Okay. You think?
Because there's like 10 different
Shouldn't
ways
make
that we
claims
can,
that you can't prove.
because you don't know what you're talking about. You're
No,
talking
this
about this
article
and you
does
don't
that.
know what different kinds of
Explain
unemployment
it to me,
metrics.
bro.
Okay,
Explain it
so
to
there
me.
are
Get your
different kinds.
research
Sure,
document out.
I
Get
don't
your-
need a
get your
research document. My hands are far
document.
away from my mouse right now.
That's
Okay,
already
there's
out, dude.
multiple
I'm not
different
watching,
there's
dude.
multiple different ways that you can calculate the unemployment rate in the United States. One of those ways is to take the U3, I believe, is the standard unemployment rate that we look at, because it's the one that is people who are looking for work or who are unemployed and like frictional unemployment, right? Not structural. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
Okay, so frictional unemployment is going to be someone quitting their job because they want to find a better paying job, or because of like some other reason they just like don't like their job very much.
Hey, does
anymore.
this work with your chat? Do they think you're smart or something when you do this? You go, why don't you tell me about quantitative easing, Lorenzo? It's like funny. It's funny because he's like this kid who just tries to always tell us about quantitative easing. We don't want to hear about it, but go ahead, finish telling me about how we do unemployment stats, and then I'll get to the most crucial point of this that you're skipping, either by omission or I guess I could say that you're doing it intentionally. But
Well,
go ahead, finish telling me about how
tell me
unemployment works.
because like,
No.
okay, so the reason that we don't,
I want the lesson.
The reason that we look at
tell
that
me about
one,
static and elastic and all
yeah.
these.
So structural unemployment is going to be when people get laid off or because
like
of some
structural
other
racism.
No.
Oh, different. All right, I'm just trying to learn here, bro. Go ahead.
Okay.
I literally have my notebook.
These are this isn't woke bullshit. This is just economics. All right. So like structural unemployment is going to be people who are laid off or for some other reason that they did not choose. They are not able to find work. So structural unemployment, think the Great Depression. That's a high level of structural unemployment. People can't hire people. People can't get jobs. Okay.
Okay. So what else is structural? Great Depression. I'm writing it down, bro. So I have this for later. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing is taxation theft later. It might come in handy.
Okay,
probably
cool.
not, but yeah, probably not.
Okay, so if we're going to use a metric for unemployment that includes people who are children or retired individuals, right? People who are not able to work or not wanting to work at all, then this is a completely like useless stat for us.
Oh, so you should let the Bureau of Labor Statistics know that. It's just BLS. Because these are where these numbers are from.
Sure.
So again,
they have multiple different ways for us to look at unemployment.
You were explaining it to me. Go ahead.
And so
the article gets into all this. If you continue, you can get into all the.
Or are we just going to be
the non-farm jobs? You can get into all
this Sondsol and Todd podcast where we read articles from CNS.
I don't know.
News?
You're the one. Again, you wanted to get into it, dude, and you wanted to try to act smart. And we're running out of time here. So again, you're the one wasting time, not me.
I want to get that's why, like, to avoid you embarrassing yourself further, I want us to move on to nationalism.
Sondsol, this is the internet, bro. There's no you're one of these people that think this shit's for real. This has no bearing on whether your rent's paid. Maybe for you it does because you do this for a living. For me, it doesn't. So
I'm not talking about. I don't think that this is going to hurt you. I don't think this is going to hurt you financially.
Well, you just did.
I said it's embarrassing for you because you're exhibiting how fucking stupid you are. You're coming in here and you're talking about like a third of the United States is out of work when we're talking about children and fucking retired people, dog. So yeah, it's like really embarrassing for you to come in here and try and argue that 100 million people are out of work in this country. That's a third of our country.
I have to value what you think to have any merit on how I feel, and I don't care.
Yeah, but like what this boils down to, because you're unable to give me any arguments. You're unable to give me any argument for why we should stop legal immigration.
I did. You were going to explain it to me. Go ahead, finish reading it, and then get to the 3.8 million people that are unable to work because their employers closed or lost businesses due to the pandemic. You failed to fucking read that part.
So that would be structural unemployment. That would be covered.
There's no embarrassment.
That would be structural unemployment. That would be brought. That would be covered by the U3.
Or
right?
The internet.
The U3, which is the unemployment metric that I'm talking about, that's what we use most of the time.
Nobody cared about that you're explaining this article.
I'm sorry.
You said,
do you think that we had like when Trump talked about low unemployment under him, was that like a good thing when we had 3% unemployment?
I would say that is.
So he was using the U3.
Unemployment.
So he was using the U3, the same metric that I'm using.
I said anytime. So I still root for Biden, even though Biden's a fucking idiot. I want America to do well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of these weirdos who roots against America just because the fucking commander in chief changed. No, why the fuck would I? Why would I cut my own?
Well, I didn't say
cut
that.
off my own foot. I know. I'm explaining it to you. So yeah. So it was good under Trump. It's good under Biden. I wish everyone had the same. What was good. It seems to change what's good when whatever their person's in office. But again, for me, when Biden succeeds, America succeeds. So I don't give a fuck. It's great. Awesome.
I don't know why where any of that came from. None of that had anything to do with what either of us have said this entire time.
It absolutely did. You brought up Trump. And do you not remember asking me these questions?
Because you said.
Oh.
Because
so you did ask me a question. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, move on. So, because you did clearly ask me a question, then I answer your question. You don't like the way it's answered.
That wasn't. No, because you didn't answer the question. You talked about something completely extra to it.
I didn't answer the question the way you liked it, or the way you thought I was going to answer it. That's the only problem.
So if I ask you what 2 + 2 is, and then you start telling me about the anatomy of a fucking cat.
No, that's what you would do. You would tell me about structural racism and how we have 400 years of oppression in this country due to Indigenous People Day and all this other fucking woke bullshit, and I just don't have time for it. What are you playing there?
I'm just waiting for you. I'm just waiting for you to actually answer anything. I'm just waiting for you to say anything. Give me one reason why we should end immigration in this country.
Because we have 100 million people looking for work.
We do not have 100 million people for work.
Okay,
that number is including people who are retired and children and students and people who are stay-at-home moms.
For you again, because you're slow.
Yes, read it again.
In October, 3.8 million persons reported they were unable to work because their employer closed or had lost business due to the pandemic. That's not retiring, you fucking retard. That's not taking care of kids, you fucking retard. That's their job is gone because we're in a post-COVID world, you fucking retard. But you make me talk to you.
So why are we talking about the 1.3 million people?
Because we're talking
because you were a million, just literally 2 minutes ago.
On legal immigration.
120 seconds. You were talking about 100 million people who are unemployed in this country.
Who are out of the work. No, I didn't say unemployed. I said out of the workforce. So
then why bring that up at all?
Your solution is let's bring in more people. Let's bring in more people. Hey, guys.
If we bring in more people,
let's bring it. We'll employ more people.
100 million people don't need work. Dude.
Right. Well, the Bureau of Labor Statistics says they do, or they're out of work.
That's not what that says at all. It's just saying that these people are not working. But some of those people are like,
but the 3.8 million, so the
newborns
3.8 million are definitively not working because of COVID, though, right? So again, your response is let's bring in more people, and my response is no, we're good. I think my response is the more fucking tenable solution than yours.
There's nothing that you're saying that would say that we can't bring in anybody.
I just gave you 3.8 million reasons why we don't need to, because we got 3.8 million people who can't fucking find work now. So they have to move whatever. So let's say they were okay.
Are we talking about which unemployment are we talking about? Are we talking about the 100 million? Or are we talking about the 3.8 million?
It's right in the article. Again, it doesn't get down into how it breaks up into your little structural unemployment bullshit. In October,
how many people are normally out of work?
It's going to remain the same each time I read it. But again, I'll read it again. In October, 3.8 million persons reported that they had been unable to work because their employer closed or lost business due to the pandemic. And they didn't retire. They didn't fucking.
Okay.
They didn't fail. So shut the fuck up. Then you're wrong. Just
because you keep on jumping. Move on. So we need to look at one of these numbers. Okay. You can't talk about the 100,000 again. If I hear 100 million again, we're gonna have to run all the way back at.
There you go. 3.8.
Okay, we're talking about 3.8 million. How many people normally in the United States, when we have full employment?
Doesn't matter because because these people lost their jobs specifically due to the pandemic. You can't try your little fucking Swedish fucking elf magic on me, bro. It don't work. Nope. These people lost their jobs specifically
because of
the
COVID.
Pandemic.
Okay.
Right. And so your solution is bring in more people.
That's not my solution to that problem.
These people to work.
That's not my solution to that problem.
Oh, no, I know. We got to bring in more people so these people get jobs. Oh, I get it.
I mean, we're talking about two separate things now.
I'm sure we are. Same article.
So just because there's 3.8 million people out of work doesn't mean that we can't accept more immigration, because number one, this is a huge country. 3.8 million people all over the country are out of work.
It's so big that 3.8 million people can't find work. That's how big this country is.
I mean, I'm sure if they moved somewhere where there was better jobs.
So if there's 330, what percentage of that would that be? So
what percentage of these are, well, right? Hold on. What percentage of these people are looking for high skilled labor? What percentage of this?
Oh, no, man.
What percentage?
Labor statistics.
Okay, so if you're just going to throw numbers at me, then you don't know what you're talking about. You're just like reading an article and you don't know what you're talking about.
Correct. And yet you can't defeat the 3.8 million that are looking for work.
I don't need to.
We need to bring in more people.
That's not the solution to that problem.
It's certainly bringing more people is not the fucking solution either.
Sure, it's not the solution to this problem, but it doesn't hurt this problem either.
I would contend that it does, but again,
because you're implying that all 3.8 million people
here, buddy.
3.8 million people
lost their jobs because of the pandemic.
They lost their job because of the pandemic.
Correct.
And when we bring immigrants in, are they going to take all of these people's jobs? Is that what you're implying?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm implying.
Okay, so now I'm going to run back to the economic argument. When these immigrants come in, right, and they fill jobs that these other workers are too highly skilled to take over.
No, they're not too highly skilled. That's not what it said. It said they lost their job. Don't fucking do that. We're doing so well. They lost their job. They didn't lose because they were highly skilled. They lost their job.
So I'm going to have to be able to make a point without you interrupting. All right. So the implication here is that a job would rather hire a less skilled worker than there would be more willing to hire a low skill worker to do a high skill job. That's what you're implying right now.
No, we don't even know we don't even know what skill jobs these are, dude.
That's what I was asking for earlier.
Right, correct. I don't have it.
So why would immigrants take their jobs if you don't know what jobs there are not filled?
They just lost, because obviously they don't have their jobs back right now. They would be working, but they lost. Again, you're not very good at this. If this is what you do.
So if you increase the amount of labor that is available in a country, you're then going to lower.
You're struggling this hard. I would stop maybe a career changes in mine.
Okay. So if you have So if you have 3.8 million people out of work, right? And they have high skilled jobs. Let's assume let's say that half of them have higher skilled jobs, and those employers that cut them out of their jobs cut them because they weren't able to pay their
for men.
They weren't able to pay. They weren't able to pay for their salary, right? If we bring in more immigrants to work low-skilled jobs, then that's necessarily going to increase the economy in that local area. Therefore, like in this case, because they're increasing or they're making the economy grow in their local area.
Had a dick, she'd be my uncle, bro. Ifs and buts and all this shit, you can say I guess, man, maybe. And your hypothetical, possibly, don't know how we would even test that metric, bro. Maybe you have
you're giving me one stat with no context attached to it. So if I don't have any other context attached to it, what jobs these people are looking for, if they're looking for tech jobs, or if they're looking for Walmart jobs, or if they're looking for construction jobs.
They already had jobs. So again, it's specifically telling you they lost their job because of the pandemic. It's funny how you left that out of
I want you to say my point back to me.
No, I'm not a fucking parrot.
So you don't understand anything that I'm saying.
I did.
I want you to say it back to me.
Back to me.
You are saying, your point is that we have people that are unemployed right now in the United States. And because those people are unemployed, we should take care of them first instead of allowing any other immigrants into this country to take their jobs. All right. Now
your point was that if we bring more people in, it'll raise the local economies. That's exactly what your point is. It's bullshit. It's bullshit because these people.
It's not bullshit. Just because you don't understand economics, 101 is not my problem. Which is why I keep on saying, the fact that you keep on running into the same wall over and over. It's really sad. It's like watching a dog chase his tail. Well, it's like watching a dog chase his tail, and you're like, hey, buddy, even if you catch that, it's not going to help you any.
No, it's not exactly. So you run into an economic. I see that again. It's so pathetic that you keep doing this when I seeded all economic data to you, and yet you're still doing it, dude, because that's all you have. And it's funny
because you
it's
keep on bringing up economic arguments. The only thing that I can respond to, the only thing that I can argue against when you bring up an economic point is to counter with an economic point. If you don't want to talk about economics, don't bring up economic points.
Why are we on this? Why are we on this?
You sent me the article.
Legal immigration.
You sent me the article.
You fucking retard. And then so scroll back. It's funny how you're not following. The only reason we're on this because you were stuck on. He says he wants to end legal immigration too. Oh my God, we can't have legal or illegals in here. What is this guy doing? Yeah, motherfucker, we're full.
And so you don't have a defeater. You don't have a defeater for why immigration is bad inherently.
When I defeated you when I took your economic, dude, you've been fucking bleeding for 2 weeks now. Yeah, and I think and now what time we? Oh, we got a little bit more time. And now that we're closing, we still haven't even finished fucking immigration. You're like, oh, let's move on to nationalism. Yeah, I bet you do want to move on. I bet you fucking
yeah, because
do.
Listen, it's because Todd, it's because we're friends, and I don't like to watch friends embarrass themselves on the internet.
You don't like to watch friends drink and drive. Yep. Friends don't let friends drink and drive.
Yep, and I don't let my friends embarrass themselves on the internet for this long. So let's move on to nationalism.
Well, I'm gonna drive some Mexicans fucking later.
Yep, you're going to kidnap some Mexicans later, but first we're going to talk about nationalism, right?
No, we got to finish global warming and fucking, whoa, dude, we didn't even get to human
Why are we talking about global warming?
Because immigrants, and I'm glad you asked that. So here, I'll send you this. Sure. I'll send you this, bro. It's not economic. The fucking greenhouse gas emissions that illegals. See, remember, they went from like some little shanty in fucking El Salvador. Now they're petroleum using, fucking iPhone charging. These motherfuckers, they come here and it leads to a lot of carbon emittal. Now, I'll leave you this one. I know you're not prepared to deal with this. CO2 emissions, bro, 637 million metric tons of CO2 annually. And this is from 2008. All right. So I imagine now with this push that we've had, again, I'm not the man to figure out this study. You know, I'm not the old economic or fucking study guy. So you'll have to figure that out, but I'll leave it with you. And then we're going to get to human trafficking. Then we're going to end this fucking shit show, dude. And then if you want to do nationalism, listen, I have 40 pages on nationalism all ready to go.
Which is why I keep on saying that you should probably argue those points instead. Because
why? I'm good arguing this one, bro.
You're not good at arguing this one because you haven't made a single point the entire time. How can you say that you're like actually making? How can you say that you're good on this point when you've like sat here and embarrassed yourself for like the past hour?
I'm not embarrassed. I would have to again.
I know, but you should be. That's the problem. You're not embarrassed, but you should be.
Be embarrassed. I should be, but I'm not. That's the great thing about being me, Sondsol.
That's the great point. That's the great thing about having no self-awareness is that you can be as fucking cringy and stupid on the internet and never feel any remorse about it. Yeah.
It is a great thing.
It's absolutely shameless.
You should try it sometime.
I like it. I like being able to like think about things and know about things before I talk about them. But
right. You probably should do a much better job at that in the future going forward if you're going to say that. And like you said, if this is what you do for a living, you probably should it's like a come to Jesus meeting, you know. Your parents aren't going to do it for you, bro. It's kind of like the fat person, you know. The fat person their family ain't going to tell them. I'm just telling you, bro, you're gaining weight, bro. You fucking what's the name? And maybe you should put down that Twinkie. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, here is the immigration and the worldwide greenhouse gas, and then we'll get to human trafficking, and we'll finish the fucking we'll finish this one. But again,
so findings of the study indicate that the future levels of immigration will have a significant impact on the efforts to reduce global CO2 emissions. This was in 2008. Do you think that
so it's only worse now? It's only worse now.
Do you think that the conditions that were happening in 2008 are the exact same things that are happening now?
No, I think they're worse. I think you would add. I think with the numbers,
you think that our greenhouse
iPhones, and this is pre-iPhone.
Our greenhouse emissions are worse now than they were in 2008.
Yes, I think there's more illegals coming in. So it would logically follow if 1.7 million got in this year alone.
CO2 emissions over time. Images.
This audience is what you call cope. Get you, dude. You should sell copium, dog.
Yeah.
You should.
Okay.
You got ever in the supply. But anyway, so yeah, look. If you just read the article, it
Well,
tells you
sure.
all
Like
the key
I just
findings.
read. Well,
It is.
I'm not
It
going to
is
read an
Center for
entire study, but I did
Listen,
read what the
I
findings
will
were.
tell you,
and
the
I can
Center
and I
for
can
Immigration
concede.
Studies,
I can
and
concede
you're
in
not gonna like
2008.
them.
Well, I can concede in 2008 that might have been the case, but I'll go ahead.
No, it's worse now. I'm sure it's worse now. But go ahead, dig
Okay,
it up.
sure. So let me just go here. Go to React. Go to this. If you want to go into the voice call here, I'm going to share my screen to you.
No, I'm good, bro. Just tell me what you're finding.
Oh, sure. So I just
I'll
pulled
believe,
up
I'll believe what you said.
Trends in U.S. greenhouse gas emission have gone down since 2008.
Okay, great. So what about illegal? So tell me about the illegals. Do you think that there's more illegals now than there was in 2008? And do you think that they would add more carbon or less? And again, you
I
can
would
fight this
probably
bullet by
say
telling me you can tell me that global warming is not a problem, and we can just move right on with this.
I would say they probably emit less gas or less CO2 in this country than they would in their country if they're like driving around. If they're driving around and listen, in this country we have standards.
Says.
We have standards in this country for what kind of cars, how much CO2 a car can emit, right?
They didn't even have cars in their country, bro. These are Honduran. Listen, you might want to read this study. Again, this is a lot. Read this whole study.
Okay, so you're going to assume that everyone that has come over to this country never drove cars, never used any like machinery in their country.
A lot of them were using burro, the old burro, the old donkey and shit. Yeah, a lot.
So
of
they
them,
still use a donkey and a plow.
They don't even have roads, bro. They don't even have roads. Some of these places in El Salvador, Honduras, all these places. Bro.
So if I Google right now,
oh my God, if I Google
Guatemala or Honduras. I'm not going to see any pictures of roads in those countries.
Of course you will. Oh, yeah. If I Google.
But you just said that they don't have roads.
No, I said in some of these places they don't. Yeah, correct. Yep, I'll stand by that. Nope, some of them are mountainous.
So the two examples that you gave, Guatemala and Honduras, if I were to look up right now, does Honduras have streets or roads or paved surfaces?
Yeah, they have those things, Sondsol. But I'm telling you that. Why don't you just read the study instead?
But you just said that you would stand by that point.
Instead of looking like a bigger idiot than you're already doing. Again, I will concede that it's from Center on Immigration Studies, and they are not. This is the It's actually the study. The guys. This is a different guy. Who was the other guy? You were so prepared when Mio brought it up too. The one study. Borjas. So Borjas is with these guys too. So you're not going to like them. But just before you sit here and you fall
George Borjas is fine.
I've used this with plenty of other leftists.
George Borjas agrees with me.
George Borjas agrees with that one, not on carbon, dude. Again, Borjas had nothing to do with this study. But you're right. Borjas agreed that he could neither prove that there was a net gain or a net what's the name. That you are correct about.
Okay, that's not what he said at all. He said that you can definitely see that there's like a net wash on the fiscal budget.
A net wash. Oh, you know what a wash means, right? A wash.
It's neither good or bad.
Nothing, right. You're right. It means a wash, dude.
On the fiscal budget.
Right. Okay. Right. Actually, so now I should have used his economics, right? Because he's telling me it's a wash. There's no benefit.
No, on fiscal budgets, not on like the broader economy.
Okay. So fine. Great. Either way, Camerata's not. I mean, this is Camerata and Calaquinitz, some shit like that. So you should read it, look it over, beat it. Listen, to give you something to do for today.
I'm telling you right now, even if this study from 2008, almost fucking 10 years ago, all right, this study, or no more, more than 10 years ago, this study from all the way back then doesn't really affect my argument whatsoever.
It's actually worse now. But I'll look into it. Didn't have time. Some of us do have we don't stream all day long, so we have shit we have to do. I have to run to the bus stop now. Probably baseball practice and shit tonight. So these things happen, but listen, dude, I really do appreciate you spending time with me, helping me out, bro, and giving me these lessons that I need because I'm just dumb, and I appreciate that, bro.
I mean,
I do.
If
you should probably write that shit off, dude. You could probably get like a fucking write off for that shit, bro. You should get out.
For babysitting or something, while like babysitting you before you go and pick up your kids, or what?
What's that?
What am I
writing off? What do you need me to do?
What am I writing off?
Oh, the helping me, the teaching you gave me for these 2 hours, right? Then you could write it off on your taxes. You do itemize your taxes, don't you? Or
I
you
mean,
don't?
yeah, I've like given the
Okay.
job that I have, I guess I can write off
Yeah, you can
the
write off
charity
everything,
of
bro.
helping the
You
mentally
can write.
deficient in
Listen,
learning
bro.
about
You can write
economics.
off everything, bro. Hit me up. I'll help you with that, bro.
Yeah, well, any final memes before you jump off?
No memes, bro. I think all my memes done, bro. I want to let you know that the load of Mexicans tonight will be named Sonsol's crew.
Yep. All right.
The
Well,
Sonso crew, bro.
make sure
And
you
I'll post
broadcast
video
that
to
live
you.
on Politically Provoked, where
Well, I'm
you
not gonna do
go
live.
through and
No. I'm
and
not
you
gonna do it
kidnap a bunch of
live, but-
Mexicans.
Hey, wait! Wait. BPF said our channel got taken down. Is our channel still up? I read, or was it
Your
clickbait?
channel,
Oh,
or-
it was probably just clickbait. My bad. Anyway, yeah, you should watch that Supreme thing. You should broadcast that shit, bro. For real, dude. Listen, don't worry about all my memeing. When you get done with this, go watch the Supreme, bro. And it's an hour and a half of what we just did over the word sophistry, bro. It's fucking nuts, bro. And you'll like it because I don't know if you. He actually made a video about you and Dylan. I need to share that with you now that we're on. Do you have Telegram? You probably don't. You don't remind me.
I think I made a Telegram like a long time ago. I don't remember.
I just need to send you this video that he made about you. And Stardust is in it too. He never finished it. Your boy BPF. I'll send it to you. It's funny. You're in it.
I mean,
you're
I'm
the iniquity that he wanted to fight.
I shit talk him all the time, and he shit talks me. All
I understand.
The time.
Listen. I'm just want to say it's funny video. I don't. He never finished it. It's nothing bad. It's nothing even like I got you. I'm going to send it to you because it's funny, dude.
Sure, I'm sure it is.
That's all, and it brings you
I
and
love
Dylan
memes.
up.
I love jokes.
Listen, me too, bro. I think everybody should be a little bit more memey. You know what I mean? You should be memey. But now, when you're doing what you're doing, you also shouldn't meme when you're sitting there streaming for 8 hours out of the day too. You should, right?
I love memeing. I love jokes. I love having people who are jokes on my show.
BNC,
like that's why I'm having this entire conversation.
You slandered BNC that time, but at least you corrected the record, and I appreciate that, bro. And if I fucked up,
hey, you know what? At least BNC comes at me with like knowledge about what the U3 and the U6 are. So
yeah, I think he's in economics or some shit, dude. I don't know what he does, but yeah, he's pretty good on economics. I'm not, bro. Good. Well, it's funny. It would be funnier if I like tried to do what like Mio did, and then I'll just bite the bullet right out the door, and then you're mad about that because
which bullet did you want to bite that you didn't want to?
I bit the bullet. What do you mean? When we first started this on economics, bro, and you've been pissy mad ever since, bro. Because
I'm not mad at all, dude. I'm vibing. If you look at the stream, I'm just fucking. I'm right now. I'm just leaning back. I'm just chilling.
Mexicans is what sent you over the fucking bridge, though. Did you have to take more medicine?
Hey, listen, I haven't had to take any more medicine. I think that maybe you should go and see a psychologist.
I probably should. You're right.
Yeah, it seems like there's some. It seems like you're experiencing some kind of psychosis where you think that you've made a single point this entire time.
I probably did, dude. But I did to me because I'm the only one that matters, dude. You'll find out as you get older in life. You'll find out that this internet stuff really doesn't matter. Family. Having a good family, strong fucking.
Hey, I have a great family. Listen, I trust me. Man. I have a well-adjadjusted life, my friend.
You gotta get
the
married.
internet is not everything.
Married,
I'm just
kids.
fucking chilling here. This is a super fun
get
thing for me to do.
Have kids, bro. Mm-hmm. Having a kid is the best thing you'll ever do. It is somebody you will actually die for. I don't know if your parents.
If family is so important, then why aren't you married?
But that's a long story. But what's the difference? I got a baby mama. What's the difference? Why? So why do you? It just seems like you're slam dunk.
It's not a slam dunk. It's just like you're telling me to do things that you're not willing to do yourself.
I told you to have a kid. I told you. Whoa! I told you. Maybe I was married. And I'm not married now. Do you know? You don't know.
You just said that.
Me.
You just said that she's your baby mama.
Right. Correct.
Were you married to her?
Again, you don't know. Maybe I was. What? Maybe I don't want to put my personal details out over line.
No, you don't have to. But it's just like you're telling me to do things that like it doesn't seem like you're willing to do yourself.
I think that's
maybe one day I will. I'm young, dude. I have plenty of time.
You should, right? That's what I'm saying. But no, you brought up the man. Oh, you're willing to do things that you're not. Don't go marry a fucking dude and fuck him. I don't care what you do, dude. Okay. It doesn't really matter to me, bro. But I'm just telling you, I was trying to be nice, but I see you're going to be a fucking idiot. So
I'm being nice. Your mother's
a whore. Okay. We can have it that way too, bro.
I mean, if that's the way you want to do it, like I'm just like fucking vibing here, dude. I don't know why.
Well, but then why would you get weird about it? Oh, you're doing things that you're not willing.
Because you're talking down to me. You're sitting here.
I'm not talking down. I'm telling you, listen. all right, so there's a girl
You're
that was
talking
in our thing, and
condescendingly to me.
she's against having children, and I'm just telling you, don't make that mistake. It's a great thing, dude. That's
Well,
what
I've
I'm
never
telling you,
said
bro.
that I have
I don't
anything
give a
against having
fuck.
kids.
Don't care. Listen, Sondsol, don't even care, bro. Really.
Okay.
Probably you shouldn't have a kid. You probably shouldn't have a kid.
Okay.
Actually, now that I think of it.
So should I have a kid or not?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Now I've rescinded that. But no, I don't. I was just trying to be nice and try to go out on a
hey, we're still nice here. We're like Merry Christmas, dude. I hope you have a good one.
Merry Christmas.
Try not to kidnap any more people.
I'm gonna take them to Five Below tonight. I'm gonna let them get a gift for their kid, and then I'm gonna drive.
Why don't you? Why you know what? You should take them. Go to a bar, buy them all a drink, get to know these people. Maybe you'll be able to see some humanity in them.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Nope. Anyway, thank you, man. You should do that. You should go, since you're pro-immigration. You should go do that. You should get to learn. You're in Houston, bro. You should have a plethora of people to find. Anyway, go fuck yourself. Have a nice day.
All right.
I'll talk to you later. Until next time.
All right. Bye.
Yep.
All right. So, how's it going? Sorry, Dylan Blay, I didn't get to drag you in. There is we had a time limit here. When am I going to do a retarded emote? As soon as someone makes one for me, I'll make it one of the channel emotes. If you've never watched me before, I highly encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, Christian, you can jump into the voice call. I'm just vibing for a second. What time is it? It is 2:50. Okay. How's it going? Hello?
Hey.
How's it going, man?
I'm good. That was pretty fun, wasn't it?
I had a lot of fun doing that.
I was really entertained. I'm writing a paper, and every 5 seconds I was laughing my ass off. One of the best theses I've ever written, I think.
I can't believe that he was less prepared this time than last time. It's actually incredible to me how he was less able to argue any of his points this time than compared to last time. Yes, I definitely caught the anti-Semitism, but it is what it is.
Right.
He's from Politically Provoked.
You win some, you lose some on that front, but.
So tell me, what were the highlights? Listen, this is my thing. I thought we were going to move straight on from immigration into nationalism today, because he keeps on saying he has 40 pages on that. Right. So what, did I get anything wrong there? I'm pretty sure everything that I said was correct in terms of just economics.
No, yeah, I thought the substance was really good. It was hard to listen to the substance, because every time you try to drag him to the substance, he would flail about for a couple minutes and talk about any variety of
you had
races.
to demonstrate yesterday to convince me of the utility of the word subhuman. Chapeau.
Sorry, there was a donation. Thank you for that. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I see Wokenstein is dropping 500 biddies. Yeah, I think your substance was great. I just think it's hard to have a conversation with someone like that, who's sort of a professional at the filibuster, if you will. So, I mean, I don't know. I respect your ability to, I wouldn't say stay calm. I would say just stay focused. I don't think staying calm is a necessarily good thing, but you focused and you stayed on the points that you were winning on, and it was impressive. I definitely, from a year back or so, your skill in these conversations has gone up a bunch, which is really cool to see.
Well, I appreciate that. I've been doing a lot of research into the kinds of conversations that I want to have and the ways that I can have those conversations. So, Destiny and Supreme are much more careful with words than you. Look up the word kidnapping? Okay, I'm looking up the word kidnapping because someone's super fucking triggered in chat. Let me look up the word kidnapping.
Is it JP? It's probably JP.
Okay, kidnapping definition. The action of abducting someone and holding them captive. Okay, so why do I have that wrong? Look up the law. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If people are actually going to take take offense to the fact that I was saying that he was like kidnapping Mexicans and then dumping them in places that they don't want to be, far away from home with no way to get back. Yeah, I'm going to say that's fucking kidnapping. All right. You motherfuckers that are fucking arguing against me on that are so fucking cringe.
I came in like a little bit, like maybe like 25% into the conversation. I have to ask a serious question, like memes aside. Is that actually something that he does?
I don't know if he was serious or not.
Right. That is something for sure.
Yeah, it's really fucking crazy.